710 ESPN.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Tipping off now.
Here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, big-time win for the Lake Show. What a great night at Crypto.com Arena. What an awesome vibe at the arena tonight. 112-103, Lakers over the Grizzlies. You had a lot of things to be excited for. You wanted to congratulate and tip your cap to one of, I would say, one of the most popular Laker players. I mean, just really, truly a beloved Laker fan, and some of it because he's so humble in Pau Gasol. It's impossible not to love Pau, and he was getting a chance to, obviously get his jersey up in the rafters, number 16. There's only 12 jerseys up there. There's only 12 players up there. There's 13 jerseys because Kobe has his number 8 and his number 24. And right out the gate, that was setting up a certain vibe to the game. It's so great, too, that number 16 is right next to number 24. Is that not fitting? Is that not exactly how it should be? At number 8, his number is next to number 34 and Shaquille O'Neal. So I think that is perfect, but that was the tone that was already set before the night even started. And then, oh, by the way, you had a big game against the Memphis Grizzlies. You had a game where you were going to have to kind of fight tooth and nail. You were going to have to claw against a squad that has actually played pretty well without Ja Morant. Now, it wasn't just Ja Morant who was missing, so for the Memphis Grizzlies, they're shorthanded, but the Lakers are shorthanded too. They were without Steven Adams. They were without Brandon Clark as well. Unfortunate, for him, he had that Achilles injury on Friday. But the Lakers, they're in a no LeBron, no D'Angelo Russell. They've obviously been dealing with health issues all season long, so it's kind of mano-a-mano with what you have. And Anthony Davis controlled the game, was as big as he can be with his 30 points and 22 rebounds. But there were multiple guys. They had 3 other guys that scored 17 points. That's going to get it done. Troy Brown Jr. had 13 points, had a big 3, a big dunk, a big steal, and an and one on a dunk. Dennis Schroeder had 9 assists. Austin Reaves had 7 assists. Rui Hachimura, when's the last time I've been able to highlight his play, had 17 and 6 tonight. So you just got to love the effort from this Lakers team. I know it's not perfect, but, man, do these guys battle, and they're 9th place in the Western Conference. I know every Laker fan is excited about that. Let me throw out the phone number. It's 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. However you're listening to us. If you're on all our social platforms, we appreciate you being there. If you're out driving around in your car, you left Crypto.com Arena and want to talk about the vibe tonight, please feel free to do so. But I do want to start off with Lakers head coach Darvin Ham. And I also want to give everybody a heads up. When we close out the postgame show tonight, we will air the full, it's about 6 minutes long, the halftime speech, the jersey retirement from Pau Gasol. We'll air the whole thing. If you have not got a chance to hear Pau Gasol in its entirety, I highly encourage you to do so. He is fantastic. He's so appreciative, and he's so easy to like. Hats off to Pau Gasol. Here's Lakers head coach Darvin Ham.
Darvin, with just a lot going on, a lot of energy in the building, how do you feel like you turned the tide there in the fourth and kind of eventually pulled away?
I mean, just the defense, man, forcing them to play inside the three-point line and holding them to one possession. We were great on the glass, thus, AD, 22 rebounds. It was awesome. We had multiple guys with 4 or more rebounds, and you need that against a team like Memphis. I think what it ended up being 6 guys with 4 or more rebounds. So we always talk about gang rebounding, not just relying on 1 or 2 people, everybody getting involved. And that's the perfect example of that. But just, Memphis, they're down a few guys, some really, really key, important guys. But they still are loaded, in my opinion. They still have a lot. They're very capable of winning games in spite of everything that they're going through. So we knew we had to come out with the purpose. And, again, the 3 words, energy, effort, and urgency. And, once again, they were all on display.
And just your thoughts on Davis on both ends of the court. And
Wilt?
Anthony had, Davis.
Wilt.
Oh, Wilt, gotcha.
Yeah, Wilt Davis.
It's like, is there a Wilt on the end of the roster or anything? Okay, Wilt Chamberlain, thanks, guys.
Oh, that's my nickname for him, Wilt Davis. He was definitely that tonight. I think, you look at the 7 turnovers, he's just trying to play the right way and be unselfish. And I just, gave him a stern warning, Next, from the rest of the game, you catch it in the paint, you got to put that thing on the rim. It's just like a pass, as my old great coach Larry Brown used to say. You got people in rebounding position, offensive rebounding position, put it on the glass. It's just like a pass. So, but he was awesome, man. He's just in spite of everything we're going through all season, he's been, like I said before, he's been a solid rock. And, you know, he proved it again tonight. He wants to be out there with his teammates. He wants to be out there fighting. Him, Dennis, you know, Austin, all those guys. Troy Brown, they really stepped up and played big. The entire team, you know, wholeheartedly, you know, chipped in some way, shape, or form.
Darvin, you guys obviously started the season, 2-10, got yourselves in a bit of a hole, but you've started to climb out of that. You're now up to 9th for the first time this season. Just your thoughts on kind of this late push you guys are making up the standings.
I mean, it's what we anticipated if we ever decided to, you know, again, be competitive, be together, and be accountable. Obviously, we going through injuries, roster changes, and now, you know, our group is in such a great place, you know, mentally, spiritually, physically, and you're seeing it. You know, things go wrong in the game. Guys are still competing, fighting, moving on to the next play. So to go from being 2-10 to, you know, fighting and climbing all the ups and downs, the highs, the lows, I think it made us, you know, being a Michigan guy, it's building us to be forward tough. You know, it's just like it's nothing that can be thrown at us that we hadn't seen before. And the guys are relishing in these moments, you know, these high-intensity games, making big plays, got big-time players young guys is trying to establish themselves as being, you know, clutch. AD, you know, reestablishing himself, you know, playing pain-free, being in a good rhythm and putting the team on his back on both sides of the ball. So it's been great, and you know, we're taking things one day at a time. We'll have an off day tomorrow, and just told everybody, you know, the lights off, they'll be off in the gym, the balls will be put up. If you need medical treatment, obviously you'll get that, but outside of that, just take a day and fill your cups back up because there's still more work to do.
When did you start calling Wilt?
Just early on in the summer. You know what I mean? That's when I'm like, you know, I got a nickname for you. And I didn't really unveil it, but especially when he went on that tear that he had earlier on, I think it was 10 games or 9 games or something like that. That's when it really came out in full-blown Wilt Davis. He's playing like a monster, man. It's good. It's so fun to watch him just play free, play happy, and just make plays all over the place, whether it's threes, whether it's, you know, open man, doing a little bit of everything, man. He's been tremendous.
Darvin, you guys, I think, are 7-4, I think, since the trade deadline, and one of those games was the Milwaukee game when you guys had, I think, 7 guys or something like that, 8 guys. How has this group been able to coalesce so quickly? And I guess when you look at this team, does it play like a team that's unfamiliar with each other, or have you been surprised at how it's been able to...
I just think the film work, guys coming in eager to make a contribution, you know, the guys we acquired, Bron, AD, making guys comfortable, really being vocal in different situations, whether it's practice, games, film session, shoot around, and us having a cohesive, detailed but yet comprehensive style of play on both sides of the ball. You know, it's not like, you know, you going from like old school NBA operating in a triangle to going to autos in Utah, from Chicago to Utah, where you got to, you know, it's going to take time to learn and figure out the system. Now everyone pretty much plays the same. You know, the terminology is different, but some of the actions, the double drag, double pick and roll, the wide screens, the angle, the rubs, middle pick and roll, all of that is pretty much high splits with the ball at the elbow. Everyone is basically doing the same. So now the league being personnel-based, you try to get guys who have a high IQ, who are ultra competitive, and who are willing to hold themselves accountable, you know, and not just point the finger at other people, but really look close at themselves and see how they can be better and acknowledge mistakes and do the work to learn how to correct it. And then so we feel like we have a locker room full of those guys, and it's just been a joy and a pleasure to see it come together so quickly. And, it's great. It's fun. I'm looking to many more moments such as this one tonight.
Darvin, from what you've seen of Rui, what triggers him and what got him going tonight?
I just think when he's able to play aggressive and get to the rim, get to the free throw line, the physical style, everybody's encouraging him to let it all hang out, and he's trying to do that. And different physical matchups, he feels those hits, and he feels like he gets the whistle blown on him sometimes unfairly, and that tends to wake him up, and he tends to play a lot more physical. So we thought he was excellent off the bench. He and Austin both. Lonnie gave us some good minutes. Winion gave us some good minutes. So it's rounding out into shape,
Darvin, what's left for D'Angelo to get cleared to return to action and
securing the top 6 spot?
AD, I guess your nose got busted up in the second quarter. What was sort of the process of looking at that? And Lakers told us that you didn't get any stitches. Was there an option to get stitches, but you were trying to get out on the court? I was just kind of wondering what happened back there.
He had 2 cuts on my nose, and that's what couldn't stop bleeding. Then obviously my nose was bleeding as well. Able to put some plug, whatever this is, in there, but it was the cut on the outside that just kept bleeding. So it didn't require stitches. Just had to stop the bleeding, and it took a little process to do so.
Any further concern on that?
No.
I might want to look at that again and look for it. The big picture, the lineage of big men in this organization runs through its entire history. How cognizant of that are you? And with Pau getting his jersey retired tonight, did you think at all at any point about your place in that list?
Yeah. I actually told Pau that I want to hopefully one day be up there as well. I mean, that's a huge honor to be up there with the greats, man, and he deserves it. Be up there, like you say, the list of big men that came through this organization and dominated and left their mark. It's hard not to think about it. And obviously, I want to be in that category, in that group. And whenever my body tells me that I'm done playing, hopefully I'm able to come back here and have a ceremony that Pau and the rest of the big men and other former Lakers have had. So it's truly an honor for him. We got to see Mark as well. So I'm happy for him, and just grateful to be a part of the organization. Who's had so many great talents come through here.
AD, going back to the defensive success that you guys have had, when you and Jared Vanderbilt are on the floor together, the team is allowing less than 100 points per 100 possessions, which is pretty dang good. What has allowed you guys to build that sort of defensive connection on the fly so quickly?
Communication. Haven't had much practice time, but when you have constant communication between the group, it tends to work out. We've been playing extremely hard, and that kind of cover up for a lot of mistakes. So, him being a defensive guy, myself, and then you had Dennis and AR and all these other guys that, might not seem like defensive guys, but when you got a group of defensive guys around you, it only sparks that, So, it's been fun. It's been fun, holding teams, below their average, and that's when we thrive on our best against stops and running. So we got to continue to do that.
Hey, D. What do you think of the nickname Wilt? What was your reaction when Darvin first started calling you that, and what's the challenge there?
I don't even know when that started. I think it was on my stretch before. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's an honor, Well, I mean, things he's done in this league is unreal. To be able to, I think only coach, so I won't say to be in a category with him, but for coach to think that, he's been around for a long time, seen a lot of, players as a player, as a coach. So for him to think that highly of me, obviously it's an honor. but you got to continue to keep playing this style of basketball, and then just keep winning, and let the rest take care of itself. But for him to call me that, man, it's funny, but then it's also, an honor.
All right, that's AD right there. Anthony Davis on the big win for the Lakers. By the way, the Lakers, since the All-Star break, just to point out here, they got the win right before the All-Star break against the Pelicans. Then they beat the Warriors. Then they beat the Mavs. Lost to Memphis. Beat Oklahoma City. Lost to Minnesota. Beat Golden State and Memphis. So they've done a really nice job here. That's at least 6 wins in their last 8 games, and it puts them now in 9th place in the Western Conference. More of your phone calls when we come back. Plus, we'll get a chance to hear from Austin Reaves. Stay right here. This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
All right, we're reminding you that Pickleball Madness, or March Pickleball Madness, is coming up on March 18th at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. It's free for all non-participants, and there's a million things to do, Al.
All right, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out, hang out. We do these events every time we do them. We love having listeners there. We got our Pop-A-Shot Challenge. We got a beer garden going on. So we got everything going on. Don't forget that day.
Games for the kids. Bring the kids on out. It'll be a great time. You'll watch me and Al just wipe the floor with everybody because we're pickleball experts.
We'll be out in the first round.
All right, I'm talking to all 710 listeners right now. Let's start off with this. March 18th, it's a Saturday afternoon. Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. That is where I am about to teach everybody a little bit about pickleball. And the reason is because you see my father here is a world champion pickleball player. And while I have never played pickleball, not one time in my entire life, I already got my own racket, which means I'm about to kick some you-know-what. So come on out and support. Be there. We'll all watch college ball games together, and we are going to win.
Los Angeles Lakers on 710 ESPN.
Presented by Pizza Hut. Try the new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Once again,
Here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, big win for the Lakers. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies 112-103. Points in the paint all season long is sponsored by Vista Paint. Right now, local residents can take 40% off on factory direct high-quality Vista Paint products. A Vista Paint team member will show you how. Locally owned, manufactured, and operated since 1956. Visit vistapaint.com and start saving. Points in the paint tonight. Lakers 52-50 for the Memphis Grizzlies. Lakers get the win. 9th place in the Western Conference. Pau gets his jersey retired. I mean, come on, Laker fans. What more can we ask for? What more can we ask for? I'll tell you what we could ask for. is another win coming up on Friday, and this weekend set's going to be tough. The Toronto Raptors and the New York Knicks will be two tough opponents that the Lakers are going to have back-to-back. There is at least some confidence that D'Angelo may be able to go by the time Friday rolls around. He's a big piece, and we'll see, obviously if he's able to be out there. I'm going to take a couple more phone calls, and we'll go to Austin Reaves. I do want to kind of just remind everybody, if you are listening, we are going to play the full Pau Gasol halftime speech, the jersey retirement, and we'll play that at the absolute end. And if you have not got a chance to hear it, I could not encourage you more to just stick around and take a listen. It's Pau. He's amazing, and just a wonderful, wonderful, thoughtful speech from Pau Gasol. No surprise there. Steve in North Hollywood. Steve, what's going on? Thank you for calling in.
Hey, Lee, how you doing?
Good, bud. What's going on with you?
Well, just drove home. Just got home from the game, and I wanted to start off and just give my props to Pau because it was hard to appreciate just how good he was, and just how he turned the tide on that Laker team that was going nowhere. That felt like it was just going to be another bunch of years where Kobe, had to score 35 points a game and they didn't win. And so, people give Kobe a lot of credit, but they forget about Pau. And I'm glad that they retired his uniform, his jersey here. And I think that, comparing him to anybody else is unfair, different generations. But he was a multi-talent, so many skills. It was just a pleasure to watch him.
And I'll say one thing. Let me add one thing, and then I'll continue with your point. I think who had his back more than anybody else about his skill set and what he brings to the table? Kobe, right? Kobe would always speak so positive about Pau's skill set, and just one of the smoothest players that I've got a chance to watch. Doesn't matter. Left hand, right hand, he had it all. Please finish the rest of your point there. We still got him, or is okay? That's my fault then. I cut him off. Ryan in Venice. Ryan, what's going on?
I'm so fired up about this win. I just feel it. We're going to make the playoffs or the play-in, whatever it is. We're going to be in the postseason. I'm telling you right now. Mark it, book it. March 7th, 2023. Ryan from Venice said we're making the postseason.
All right, I like it, Ryan. I like it. Listen. This is the first time, literally, it's the first time we've been able to say the Lakers are above that number 10 line. So ESPN, the way they do the standings, they have just a huge line 1 through 6. Then they have another huge line 7 through 10, and the Lakers have pretty much owned the real estate of 11th, 12th, or 13th. So to finally get above that line, Ryan, I don't think you should be excited. Now, what does it mean big picture? It means that they got to keep playing out the rest of this season. You go on a 2-game losing streak, you could be back down to 13th. But who says that the Lakers can't move up from 9th of where they're sitting? There's a big difference between 8th and 9th. There's a big difference between 7th and 9th. So we'll see what happens as the season progresses. Okay, let's take a quick listen here. Here's Austin Reaves on the Lakers win.
Austin, what are you doing tomorrow?
Golfing. Yeah, great question. I will be teeing off probably at 10 o'clock. Don't know where yet, but that's what I'll be doing.
I told you I was going to ask you that. We got you on the court, but just what was kind of the feeling in the locker room right now as you guys have been kind of galvanized around the defense? AD mentioned you're second in the league coming out of the All-Star break, and being shorthanded, what has led you to be able to combine despite all the new players on that end?
Having AD, Vando, those two specifically helps a lot. AD had 22 rebounds, I believe. And I don't know how many altered shots. And Vando just competes every single possession. But, other than them two, everybody, just does their role and sticks to the game plan. In game, what they feel to do. We got a pretty good IQ basketball team. Like I've said about Troy, he figures a lot of stuff out on the fly, and guards a lot of people's best players. So shout out to everybody. Everybody pitched in.
Hey Austin, gonna ask you basketball, not golf this time.
Wow.
Just I know.
Disappointed.
Sorry. Next time.
I'm kidding.
Just wondering how you're feeling you're holding up physically this late into your second season? Last game, you're running around guarding Steph, and also, I think you had 16 points tonight. You're really doing a lot of playmaking, putting the ball on the floor. How do you feel like you're, this many months into your second season holding up?
I feel great. Probably a lot better than I did at this point last year. They speak about the rookie wall, and I didn't believe them when they talked to me about it, but it's definitely a thing. But knowing, coming into the second year with that 1 year experience, changes a lot. You do things different, you get a lot more sleep, and, just take care of your body a little better. But I feel really good right now, and, we're playing well.
Hey, Austin. Last season, I think you were at low 30s from three. This season, you're pushing a 50-40-90 club. You're on the cusp of 50-40-90 right now.
I gotta make a free throw. Yeah. Dan, stop shaking your head. Sorry, my fault.
No. What do you think is responsible for that change? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it skills? What do you think's kind of coming together for you?
I think it's all three of those things you said. I think a lot of people don't understand the mental grind that 82 games is. So that's definitely a thing. Physical, I did a lot of work in the off season, just to put myself in better condition, and then on top of that, I was in the gym. I took a couple weeks off right after the Denver game last year, but after that, I was in the gym, every day just trying to get better. So all three of those components, have helped me, and, I just hopefully I can continue to, do the same.
I'm sorry, Dan.
No, Dan.
Austin, generally speaking, good defensive teams rely on things like communication and continuity and stuff like that. This group has zero continuity, basically. Even after the trades, guys have been in and out. How have you guys been able to be so good defensively? Is it as simple as the guy at the back line? Is it how have you guys managed that kind of flip on your season?
That helps. Like I said, AD helps a lot. When you are guarding the ball and you have, the instinct that, if you do get beat, you can be a little bit more aggressive. If you do get beat off the dribble, you have AD back there that, contests and blocks a lot of shots. But other than that, I feel like we've had really good dialogue, from All-Star break. There's been a lot of conversation during games, halftime, on the bench, just trying to figure one another out. Because, like you said, that unspoken chemistry goes a long way in basketball. You get a team that's played together for a long time, kind of knows what the other one's going to do, helps and goes a long way. And unfortunately, we haven't been together that long, but, that dialogue can help us get there faster. And I feel like we've done a really good job to this point of, communicating and, fixing our errors.
All right, that is Austin Reaves right there. Lakers over the Memphis Grizzlies, 112-103. Okay, let me just lay everything out here for everybody. Lakers' next game is coming up Friday. They got the Toronto Raptors. Tip-off 7:30, pregame 6. We're back tomorrow, and we'll be local. You get basically every show, you'll get an opportunity to react tomorrow. Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max will start at 6 a.m. Travis and Sliwa. I love how I can't pronounce my own last name. Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap tomorrow. So full slate of shows. I mentioned this, and I want to make sure that we do it. If you have not got a chance to hear the Pau Gasol halftime speech, we're going to play it here in just a second. Just a quick shout-out here. Thank you to Michael Funches. Thank you to Wilbert Flores. Thank you to Brian Cohen. Thank you to everybody from our social media department, Josh Martinez and Cody Liu. It was a special night tonight, and a lot of it had to do. It was a big-time win for the Lakers. They're in 9th place now in the Western Conference, but we got to watch and see and honor one of the great Lakers. There's only 12 players who have their jerseys retired at Crypto.com Arena, representing arguably the most popular brand in the NBA, the purple and gold. And Pau Gasol now has his jersey up there, number 16, right next to Kobe Bryant's number 24. Here's Pau's halftime speech for his jersey retirement.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What an unbelievable feeling. What an unbelievable honor. I'll start to thank Vanessa. Thank you so much for the video, for the introduction. I think you are here in the building. Thank you for being here. I know, can't begin to tell her how much it means to me. I love you, sister. I'm proud to be your brother. I'm proud to be an uncle to your lovely girls. I mean, looking around, I'm, jeez, sister, I love you. Love you, Jeannie. Love you, girl. Man, I'm just overwhelmed to see all the faces here, all of you, everyone that is here in the building, everybody that is watching from home. Just want to say thank you for making me feel so special. It's really been my honor to wear this jersey, to play for this franchise, to help this team, to contribute to this city. It really has. So I thank you. But I can't go on without talking about the person in the face that I don't see. The brother that elevated me, inspired me, challenged me to be a better player, just to be a better man overall. I miss him so much, like many of us do. I love him. I wish he was here with Gigi. I really do. But I think he'll be proud. And he was looking forward to this moment. So, I love you, brother. As a kid growing up in Spain, I had a dream. I wanted to become a basketball player, play in the NBA. I never in a million years could think that a day like this could have come. Such a huge honor, being amongst those great individuals in this amazing franchise. So it just tells you that, just never set any limitations to what you can do, what you can achieve. Just put in the work, push yourself every day, be the best that you can be. As we know, Mamba mentality. It seems like it was yesterday when we were here on that Game 7 beating the Celtics. What a night. What a day to remember. I'll never forget it. I think you won't either. And I want to thank my family, my parents, my brothers. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for inspiring me, for guiding me, supporting me throughout my life, for loving me. I love you guys so much. Mucho estimo. I'm one of the luckiest men in the world. One of the main reasons because I married a fantastic and amazing woman, and my wife, Catherine. I love you, baby. Thank you so much for our two amazing children that I love so deeply. And this couldn't happen without my other family, the Lakers family, obviously. Thank you, Dr. Buss, Father Jeannie, for the vision, your family, Jeannie, for everything that you do. You're amazing. I love you. Linda as well. You guys are incredible. Rob, my brother, thank you for being here tonight as well. Mitch Kupchak, thank you for the opportunity. Phil Jackson. Phil, you're one of a kind. You know that. We all know that. I love you. Thank you for encouraging your players to read. Thank you for introducing me and us to mindfulness. I love you to death. I love you and all your family. To my teammates, that are here, man, I can't thank you enough for elevating me, for embracing me, for taking me in, for making me a better player. I hope that you feel that a piece of that jersey up there is yours, because it is. The coaching staffs, the training staff, everyone in the organization, thank you. You guys make what we do out here possible. To the city of LA, to Lakers Nation, I love you. I love you deeply. I love you forever. Thanking you for making me feel so special. It's been an honor. It truly has. Muchas gracias a toda la afición de los Lakers, a la comunidad hispana. Gracias, de verdad, de corazón. Man. To all the media, thank you for everything that you guys do. We're able to reach millions of people because of you. Thank you. I'm joining a very special group of people amongst the Laker family. It's an immense honor. I truly cherish it and thank it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Really, I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll just finish with one thing. You know, to those who much is given, much is expected. And I will continue to commit my life to impacting others, to making a difference, to inspiring, to helping others, to making this world a healthier and better place. I love you all. Thank you.